Thank you for the nice topic of the day. I have a good amount of savings. I want to use it to generate additional monthly income. What are the ROIs of apartment for rent and franchising food carts? And any other unique options to generate monthly income? Okay. So, yung apartment for rent, this is based on a friend who is in real estate investing. Pag bumibili siya ng rental property, of course, i-consider niya muna yung rental rate dun sa area. Kasi kung ang rental rate dun sa area ay 10,000 a month, kahit na premium yung property mo, you cannot really go far from 10,000. Siguro mga 12 or 15. So, kung gusto mo yung ROI mo is within 5 years lang, tapos kailangan yung rent mo 25,000 pesos a month, hindi ka makakahanap ng tenant sa ganung paraan. So, first consider yung rental rate in the area, and once you have that rate, ang sabi niya, not more than 10 years dapat ang ROI. Meaning, kung 10,000 a month mo mapaparent yung unit times 120, ayan, 120, which is 10 years, diba? So, 1.2 million pesos yung maximum na lalabas mo for that unit. Nagets mo? So, kung nga may binibentang apartment na 1.2 million, tapos, more or less, mapaparent mo ng 10,000 pesos a month yung unit, then that's a good purchase. Alright? Pero kung nga may binibentang apartment na 3 million, tapos 10,000 pesos a month lang yung going rate doon sa area, hindi siya good buy kasi aabot ka ng 25 years bago mag-ROI. So the ROI for real estate rental properties, anything that's less than 10 years or less, is a good purchase. Pagdating naman sa franchising food carts, ang nakikita kong normal is 2 to 3 years. But sa mga nakuusap kong nag-franchise, ang reality daw, you should give it as much as 5 years. This is managing the expectations. So kung maglalabas ka ng, let's just say, usually pag food cart, mga 300,000. So 300,000 pesos, I don't know kung magkano na ba ang food cart franchise. Ito yung mga simpleng food cart business to na hindi sikat na brand. So kung let's just say na 2 years, so divided by 24, more or less dapat mga 13,000 pesos a month ang kikitain nung food cart. So i-divide at 24 pala. 300,000 divided by 24, 12,500. 2 to 3 years is a good ROI for a food cart business, but it's good to ask for the financial statements of other actual franchisers. Kasi pag ganyan, bibigay sa'yo nung franchise company yung idealized cash flow. So, I hope pumayag sila. Ask them, I want an actual cash flow of an existing franchisee. So, hopefully, you can look at the actual numbers of 2 or 3 branches. Kung hindi man, you can pay a visit sa ibang branch and ask the owner of those franchises kung kamusta, gaano katagal sila nag-ROI, or kahit wag mo tanongin kung gaano sila katagal nag-ROI. Tanongin mo na lang usually magkano yung average sales nila, gross sales nila per day, per week, or per month. Kasi from there, makikita mo na kung yung ilalabas mong franchising fee or capital, mababawi siya within 2 to 3 years. Of course, once you franchise something, manage your expectations. In most cases, umaabot ng 5 years. But okay pa rin yun, diba? Okay pa rin yung 5 years kasi throughout the period na naka-franchise ka, marami naman developments yan. Yung mga magandang companies na to franchise, they have an R&D department. They come up with new products, new flavors for a food franchise, and new services. to offer clients. So definitely, nag-iiba din yung mga sales natin, yung amount of sales that we can earn every month with new services and new products out. Any other unique options to generate monthly income? Of course, ngayon, may mga opportunities online. Depende kasi, Zeki, sa available free time mo. Kasi creating income will require an investment in your time and effort. Kung ang available time mo ay yung usual free time mo outside of work, which means time in the evening and time on weekends, kung yun lang, then you should definitely check out mga online opportunities. Marami akong kilala na nag-freelancing din. So, this is something that you need to do on your own first for 2 or 3 months. Kunwari, freelance writer. So, ikaw muna, build your portfolio. May effort, di ba? Get some freelance writing clients, etc. Then once you get the hang of it, you know the process, you can now start building an agency. So, hire other freelance writers who will write for you, get a sales manager, kahit na freelance din, no, na may commission lang siya every time na makakuha siya ng project. So later on, ano ka na lang, nag-oversee ka na lang ng operations ng agency mo. Meron kang naghahanap ng kliyente, may mga freelance writers ka. So tumatakbo yung agency mo. It's an agency business na based on online. So that will, usually, yung mga kilala ko, it takes around a year, a little over a year before nila nasa-set up yung pinaka-freelancing agency nila. Not necessarily writing. Some of them are going into marketing or online ads. Some of them social media management. Some of them graphic design. Lalo na ngayon, usong-uso yung mga video blogging and podcasting. So meron akong kilala na nakafocus sa video editing. Yun yung agency na ini-establish niya. So, nag-create muna siya ng sarili ng YouTube channel to learn about the ropes of how do you create YouTube videos, how do you edit videos. Hindi niya goal na dumami yung subscribers niya sa YouTube channel niya, but to learn the process. And then, he now started getting businesses to handle their video editing tasks. So, ganun yung ginagawa niya. Nabanggit ko na rin yung YouTube. Being a content creator, I think when it comes to being unique, it should be on what you can offer. So, pwede kang maging content creator, YouTuber, or YouTube video blogger, but ask yourself, what something that you can offer uniquely to the audience? And definitely, being a content creator will generate monthly income for you kasi may mga ads itong di ba? Itong ating YouTube channel. Sa Facebook din, pwede magpadala ng Facebook stars yung mga audience mo, and may mga nakikita ko talaga grabe. Libo-libo yung mga Facebook stars na nare-receive nila sa video nila. So itong video na to, which I uploaded 3 months ago pala, matagal na. So 7 side hustles for teachers to earn extra income. Definitely some of the suggestions that I gave there can be a jump-off point to creating it into a full-fledged business, and definitely something that can create passive income. No? Hanapin natin yung summary. So ito, you can do private tutoring, freelance writing, creating study materials, kasi specifically for teachers, no? Event hosting, content creator, training programs. Dito sa blog ko, meron tayong income, dito sa topics, income opportunities. You can click this. So, ayan, meron tayong ads. So, pwede tayong mag-stock trading. Marami tayong mga tips dito about income opportunities. Although tapos na to, yung email writer, no, or copywriter. Tapos how to make quick money from pre-loved items. Yun. So pwede tayo mag-buy and sell. So 5 businesses you can start with 0 or very little capital. I-check na nga lang natin to. Reselling business. I-maximize natin. Reselling business, so mag-buy and sell ka, that's a good services or skills provider. Consulting or coaching business, which you can actually automate right now. May mga kilala ko nag-automate na ng mga coaching business. Content creator, as I mentioned earlier, and sharing economy business. I don't know if this is still a viable business. Pag sinabing sharing economy, yung mga Airbnb, yung nag-Grab, driver, nag-Uber, during the time na sinulat ko to, yung bibili ng kotse tapos mag-hire ng driver para sila yung magda-drive. Angkas driver. I think meron pa rin mga gumagawa ng mga fleet, no? Mga transportation fleet business na using yung Angkas or Grab. So that's something to consider. But definitely you need a business plan. You need a plan before you venture into this. So I hope marami na tayo na ibigay sa iyo, Zeki, na mga suggestions. All right?